This is Sunniva.
And this is Johannes.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And welcome back to Leaving the Collection. This is part 2. So if you didn't see part 1, you don't have to see them in order because it's not like continuation. But we are showing you around 25, 26 more games that are leaving the collection. And all of these games have kind of survived. Keep or Cull.
Most of them have survived a round of Keep or Cull. So this
or
is kind of the Cull or Cull part.
Yes.
We know that these are leaving, but we want to show you what didn't survive round 2, kind of, because we had to now take a hard look at our collection to find more space for our games.
Yeah, because when there's many new games, there's games on the floor, and when basically we are full of games. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like it's not really a 1 out, 1 in, but space-wise it's kind of is a 1 out, 1 in.
Yeah.
Because I have maximized the amount of space here in the studio, and we have kind of maximized the space we want to use in the living room. So yeah, These are more games. We're gonna show them to you, talk about them. We're gonna start here with a very boring game called Telestrations. Or now you get to learn it in Norwegian, Rykte går.
Which is the rumor that is walking.
Yes.
Walking rumor.
The rumor is walking. That is the thing.
But it's Telestrations.
Yes, I don't know why it's kind of a rumor, because it's not a rumor game, but I understand the choice. It would be not that interesting for Norwegians if it was called Telestrations.
No.
But it's a horrible game where it's not fun and it's not for me.
I'm strongly disagree. I think this is a fun game, but we will not play it with other people than my family, so we can give it to my family. I think they have it already.
And I will not play it because it's a boring
game. You will
game.
be happy because you don't need to play it. Whistle Mountain. This is a game that we played kind of, I want to say recently.
It's like half a year ago.
Half a year ago, and we kept it. I think I tried to cull it.
Yes,
but it is a fun game.
Most of these are probably my keeps.
Yeah, probably. What do you think now? Well, we obviously do enjoy the game.
Yes.
Which can be said for most of the games.
This is one that I really like. The last time we played it, I liked it just enough to keep it. And the boring reason is there's too many games. And when I look at this game, this is mostly feeling based. All of these games are released out in the wild because of feelings. When I look at it, I'm like, it's fun. It's a fun game. I don't need to play it. And then when I look over here now, I see games I really want to play. Like Newton, Blue Lagoon, Nidavellir, Messina 1347, Le Havre, Yokohama, Riverboat, Goa. All of these games are higher on my list of games I would choose to play. And even though we need a good mix of games, that's kind of the reason for these games leaving. Next up, we have Everdell. This is the collector's edition of Everdell, not the $6,000 version of Everdell. I'm trying to show the box. I kind of can't.
It is Everdell inside.
Stuck.
It says Everdell on the side here.
I don't know if you buy this from us, if you can actually play the game. Because
it is really stuck.
It's stuck. I cannot get this lid.
Is it one way out?
No, it just doesn't work. We will fix this later. But for now, you can't play Everdell if you buy it from us. But Everdell I like Everdell. I think it's a fine game.
Nah,
I think it's fun, but I don't want to play it again. And no, I can't. I cannot get this.
It's actually not possible.
It's not possible. I don't know what happened here.
Maybe it's not.
Is it a vacuum?
Vacuum.
But
maybe it's not perfectly rectangular.
This is actually a problem. I think I would have to rip this apart to be able to get this.
Maybe we forced it in there. Maybe we did it the wrong way or something.
But yeah.
Yay, Everdell.
Next up we have Neotopia. This is from 2023.
Yeah, it is I was repeating what you just said.
We never do that on this channel. All the scripts are so that we never repeat any information.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you. This is a fun game. It's about seeing patterns.
Welcome to the video of us defending the games that we are releasing from the collection.
But it is a good game.
It is. It's just not fun enough.
Yeah, that's basically it. But I thought the Knizia way of trying to have points in different areas, the dynamic between the players, making patterns, taking names and creating patterns was fun. But there's just too many games. I'm
basically.
going to remove these.
And somebody will say, but this always happens when we do Cull videos like this. don't defend the games that you are, just say what you mean. I'm saying what I mean.
Yeah.
That's kind of the deal. We have no reason to not do that. And all of these games have survived. So these are obviously games that we like. And there's like different levels of liking. This is a good game. This is fun. And then there's, wow, this is a fantastic, awesome game. I love this game.
Or why does this game exist?
Yes, that is also a thing, but they're not going to happen too much here because we try not to keep those games.
Now I have started with this.
Yes.
So I have to finish it.
So we will take a 6-hour break. We'll soon finish this.
It's very soon done.
Next up, we have Aeon's End. This is the first version of the game from Kickstarter. This was one that I found okay. It is a cooperative game, which is always like putting it lower on the list for me. We have the Legacy game. We played a couple of them. Would like to play that. I heard it's really good, and I would like to play the rest of that.
Yeah.
So that might be something we'll try to do. I don't think it's very long, so I think we could do it in like a couple of days. But
I think if we were prioritizing to play Aeon's End, we will play the Legacy version.
Yeah.
Yes. I think I maybe thought I was saying the wrong Aeon game again.
Oh, no.
That's why I hesitated.
Yeah, so let's do that one next. We don't have it. I already forgot it
have
exists.
it, but
because it's
so
too
big.
It's Aeon Trespass Odyssey.
Yes.
I'm doing that while you're doing this thing.
I'm done now.
Okay. No, okay. So the thing is that Aeon Trespass Odyssey is a huge box. It's like 16 kilos, like 15 kilos, I think. And we played it a few times. We played like 8-10 hours of it. And I think that's kind of was enough. Like there's so many... I think like all the other campaign-driven games, I would choose to play before it. Because it is like a game that you need to play. And then you need to play it, and then you need to play it. And that's fine. That's really cool. Like, that's awesome for the people to do that. But still, after like the first 4, 5, 6 battles, I was still like I don't love it. I enjoy the gameplay, but it's a lot of rules, like a lot of stuff going on. And it was fun. But then I'd rather go into and play Oathsworn, which has like less mechanisms, but the same kind of... I'm not going to say they are alike, because they are very different fighting, but they are like... You are rushing and fighting this thing in the middle of the map. And I'd rather then go back to Oathsworn because I loved the story there. And saying this makes me really want to go back to Oathsworn and play that. And like all the other ones we have, Midora, all of these we had, I would rather go back and play down going into that because it's... Or you would have to like take a month off and just play that.
Yeah, because we have some really involved co-op, story-driven games in our collection that we really want to get back to.
We have so many.
So many, and I think that Aeon Trespass Legacy something.
Odyssey.
Thank you. Is one of the most involved ones, but also the one that we got the least involved in.
Yes.
So I think when we have this already list of games that we really want to play that we don't get to, sadly, some has to be not on that list anymore. We have to cut some off.
We have 3 campaigns of Tainted Grail. We have 5 campaigns for Aetherfields. We have now soon 2 or 3 campaigns for ISS Vanguard. We have Oathsworn, we have Midora, we have 7th Continent with all the curses. We soon have 7th Citadel. We soon have Amygdala, I think it's called. We soon have the other one. No, not Amygdala. And it's something like Mercenary from the Finnish, I think, company. We have just so much of these things.
There's too many.
I would really love to be able to find time. We have Keenfire Chronicles, which is started, and I really want to finish that.
Just like we can't do to all of you who's now commenting, you can do that, but we want to have like basically a clone of ourselves who can do that and also do new games and play different games at the same time.
Yes, but if we manage to get like 4 weeks ahead in the schedule of videos, maybe we will find some time to play it. But right now, like, it's not true, because right now we're also really into playing escape room games.
Yes.
We have spent 4 hours looking at 5 postcards.
It's
it's
hard.
a really nice game, and we're going to talk about it probably somewhere. But no, let's continue this video. And there's never happening that we're going out on a tangent on this
never.
game. Next up is...
talking about?
Drop it! Please, drop it! This talk about campaign games.
I have won this game.
Not just... You haven't won. You're not like super proud that you won a game of this, but you won it in a competition.
In that game. Yes. Well, I did that to win this game actually.
Yes.
This is a dexterity game, which you're dropping these pieces and
drop it.
Trying to not touch the same piece that you're dropping.
Same color or shape.
Yeah, so you get points if you manage to do that, and you
Yes.
get the different bands of points. But if you touch a piece of the same color or shape, you're getting 0.
I think it's really fun, but I'm never going to choose to play it.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
That's the gist of it. Libertalia.
Yes.
I really like Libertalia.
It's
we
fun.
got the new version. I like this theme better though.
And the
because
artwork,
it's,
yeah.
it's
I
so
agree.
pretty. And I think that is why we kept it, even though we got the new edition.
I think we just forgot because it was very high up on the shelf.
I didn't forget. I was just like, yes, let's keep them both. Haha. But yeah, if we were going to play Libertalia now, the new one has more variability and it balances things and stuff. So
It has
even though it pains me a little bit, we just need 1 copy.
Next up, we have Ground Floor. I always think it's hard to get rid of these Spielberg titles because there are so few of them. But also, Spielberg titles are kind of hit and miss. Some of them I really like and some of them I don't. I love what they do. They make games that are very niche, making these small games.
That is normal size.
Yes, I mean niche games. This is a good one. I enjoy it. I'm never gonna play it because it's just like there are so many games. Like it's boring.
Did I
but
like this? No, I didn't.
I think it's a great game. I just wouldn't. Yeah, boring answer as always. Never gonna play it.
Scandalo.
Yes.
This is
The less good version of Awkward Guests.
Thank you, which I really do enjoy, and I play it too seldom. I really want to play it again.
One of the best deduction games.
And yes, ever. And I
Ever.
will always choose Scandalo under
Yes.
the opposite way.
You would put it under Awkward
Awkward
Guests.
Guests. Thank you.
Awkward Guests is fantastic. This was not that good. Next up is one that we're not going to talk about. We're just going to say that we finished playing it, and then you're going to see a review. You have either seen it already or you haven't. I don't know because time. But it's going to be a review the same week as this video. So
this
you will
is a
see it.
campaign game, so we don't want to play the eternal version
Never.
of the game. So we are going to give this to somebody who can play 2-player.
2-player.
Because half of the components are still intact.
Yes.
Next up is a Stefan Feld game called
Another one.
Castles of Tuscany. Yeah, we kgot some Stefan Feld games in
Castle
the
of Tuscany.
Lost video too. But this has never been one of our favorites from him. It's a lesser version of the Castles of Burgundy.
Yes, we didn't like it. We did
Okay.
We did a playthrough as the first impressions of the game.
Yeah.
And we didn't like it, and then we didn't like it after that either.
Oh yeah, I remember now. It's
Do
not.
you remember?
It's not the game that I would get
Play.
out and buy.
Next up is Trekking Through History, a one I actually like a lot. Trekking Through the World I like better. I don't think we have it. We had a prototype and then we never got a full copy of the game. A great a gateway game. This one is fun. I enjoy it. It's a time travel set collection thing where you try to score points by doing different things that gets you points. It's colorful. I like that there's history on all the cards, that you can actually learn things, but it's not one that I will choose to play. Which is the best thing to say about the game to let you understand why we're calling it.
I agree though. I think this is a clever game with some new exciting mechanisms, but still tapping into some classical things.
Yes. What is the new mechanism? It has open drafting, it has the clock from Patchwork, it has set collection.
Yeah, but it's the with the time thing that you want to have it in the right order,
Yes.
and when you kind of see like, oh, I can't do from like the earliest to the latest anymore, I have to start over, then you kind of you begin a new set.
Yes.
And I thought that was cool.
I agree.
And also you can learn stuff in the game.
It's a fun game. Next up is on your side.
Yes. Istanbul, are we culling this? Yes, we are.
We decided
I agree.
to do so.
We decided to do so. But this has been in our collection for such a long time. It's a cool worker placement game, but you have kind of a tail of workers.
It's not a worker placement game.
It is.
No, you are
action selection. With a
yeah, you are
worker.
moving them around and
But
choosing
you are
the actions.
it is workers. You're calling them.
But then you can
your
choose
family.
a lot of games worker placement.
Okay.
Worker placement is placing
Merchant
something at a worker
assistance.
placement spot.
Yes,
Yes.
I think this is a fun game.
We're gonna do another video on that called "Is Istanbul a Worker Placement Game?" Because it's so important that I had to stop you.
Exciting. Well, I think this is a fun game, but I don't know. I think maybe I was the keeper when we tried it for Keeper Cull. or something.
I think it's great. I love it. I think it's a good game. I'm just kind of done with it.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
just like
agree.
there's many games that we played, and then I kind of. This is 2014. We probably played it 2015. That's 8 years ago, soon 9 years ago.
Yes.
And my gaming has evolved a lot. And even though we're keeping many games from that, just some of them are like, I'm just going to choose to play it.
Yeah.
It's just like so many games.
I do agree with
Next
you.
up is Old Tray, a pretty fun co-op game. We played all the cases in this, kind of kept it, chapters, campaigns, stories, whatever you want to call them, worker placement spots, and then we kept it because like maybe we're gonna buy an expansion, but we never buy expansions, and it wasn't that fantastic that we need to play more of it.
Yes.
Enjoyed it while we had it.
I agree. Next up is Adrenaline, and this is a game. This is a very unique game.
Yes.
It is kind of
The FPS game.
what is that?
First-person shooter.
Yes, but it also is kind of a majority
Yes.
game, so it's not bad to be shot, but you want to shoot the right people because your bullets kind of is good to have on the person, so you get majority.
How long has it been since you played this game?
I think I played this once, and
Yes.
it's been a long time ago.
Yeah, I played it a few times. I love, and I'm gonna say it again because this, like, I feel like every year CGE comes out with something new and unique.
Yeah.
It's not always the best games in the world. I like this one, but I love that. I would rather have someone trying, like Freedom of Phrase as well. It's trying to make stuff. Not all of it works, but some of it does from time to time. And the same with CGE. This is a good game, and it's a unique game, but it's not one I'm not gonna choose to play it. I'm gonna stop saying that. Now we're coming to Sunua's and everybody's big thing in this video. Here we have it. Everybody's gonna freak out now.
Yeah,
It
me
is
too.
Spirit Island. Do-do-do-do-do.
Yes.
Do you still agree?
Yeah.
Or do you want to keep it?
It's so hard culling this, but at the same time, I will never play it. So it's okay, but
And-
I want to keep it because of nostalgia and the opportunity to play it sometimes, and that when this came out, it was everything in a co-op that I wanted it to be, just too long.
I agree.
And now my gaming style has changed, and the opportunities for playing co-op has changed also.
Because I'm going to show you what my perfect co-op game is. Here it is. So yeah, that is one of the reasons as well.
So we're not going to play this, and if I want to play it, we have some friends nearby who has it. I can play with them.
Easy to get. Like, it's not one that's going to be hard. If you ever want to get it again, I think you will be able to.
I don't know why I kept it on my
Oh,
side,
that's
but
good,
I took
because
it now.
you might have more room than me. I'm going to need to take this now so I can choose space.
Okay.
Next up, this one we kept on the shelf
Charterstone.
for many, many, many years.
This is actually a thing that hasn't survived Keeper Cull.
That's
But
true.
we find it very hard to play it for Keeper Cull because it is kind of a campaign game.
It
legacy
is not
something.
kind of it. It is a legacy game. Yes.
And we played it with a fairly large group.
I think 4, maybe 5.
5, I think. And we...
Well, yeah, because you can play to 6. Then we
Yes,
played 5.
we played 5. And we can't find the time and the same people back to the same group and continue this game. And we do not have the interest to do so either.
Nope.
So here it is.
Yes, it's one that we kept for many years now. Like to think, oh, I want to play it again. But then, yeah, what you said. Go ahead, take it.
Yeah,
Boom.
take it or
Next
leave
up,
it.
we have Red Rising from Stonemaier Games. This is one that I enjoyed.
I do too.
I like it.
Yes.
I enjoyed. We just got a copy of Fantasy Realms, which this is based on, which is a smaller
so.
box. Haven't played it yet, but we heard like it's kind of the same thing.
In a tinier box.
Yes, and we don't have any feeling towards the theme here, so it's not like we.
I think it's a cool theme,
Yes.
but that is just my
based on this.
Yeah, because I haven't read or seen or whatever it is based on, which I've forgotten.
It's a book series.
But I think this is a fun game, and I'm excited to play the other kind of version of the same concept thing.
Yeah, but again, it's a game where I see it, I'm like, I'm not going to be sad if I never play it again,
agree.
so it's not going to be anywhere or anything. Men
at Work!
Another one I actually tried to call.
Yes, I kept this.
Du-du-du-du-du.
This is a dexterity game, and I thought when we played it, this is the most fun I have had with a dexterity game in a while. And then I remembered it's a reason why we don't play dexterity games, and then I'm ready to call it now.
I think it's a great game. Done.
Yes.
Next up, I have another game. This is Mandala Stones. Board and dice. I like this one.
Yeah, you kept that.
This video is gonna be people being like, we know you like the game, you said it in the beginning.
We're saying it about all the games.
Yes, and we could have just said it at the beginning, but that's not how our brain works. So if you know us already, you can already know that was gonna happen. And if this is the first video you see from us, then this is how it's gonna happen. We try not to repeat things, but we do because our brains work that way. That's who we are. Mandala Stones is a game. I like it. It's a fun one. Never gonna play it again.
I think it's cool because it's an abstract game.
It is.
And most of the abstract games that we own is for 2 players, for example.
Players.
This is for 2 to 4 players, and I think 14. It works for...
14.
4. And I think it works very nicely with 4 players and 3 players as well. I just don't like the game too much in general.
Do you like it too little in general?
Yes, I like it too little to keep it.
I'm just going to pick one from your side when you do that thing. It's picture perfect. A fun, weird game from last year. It's not anymore. It's 2022. A real picture taking game, deduction.
Yeah, this is a deduction game and a quite fun one as well.
Yes.
So you're passing around information.
I like the game.
Yeah, you're passing around information, and based on that information, you're trying to place people correlating to each other so that they match what they want to, which is revealed at the end. So you then see, okay, the person with the dress wants to be next to the dog, and you see, oh, I managed to do so. I get points. But
I'd rather play Awkward Guess, even though it's a different game, but you have sharing of information and stuff like that. How many games do you have left on your side?
Oh, 3.
3, then we're gonna do this one first.
Okay,
because I had 2. Your week. You go.
This is a Stefan Fall game.
Another one!
But not my favorite. This is a game that has never been like...
Your favorite?
Yeah, it is cool. You have like a queue mechanism, like an auction.
Yes.
That... I don't remember how it works.
I love the auction in this. You're placing, you want to get something, but then it's always the last person who got there who get to... the first person who got there who gets to choose if they want to buy it. Yes, the first person got there, but the price is how many people went there.
Yeah.
So, like, if nobody wants it, you're gonna get it cheap. I think it's that way. It's one that way or the other way around.
That sounds good.
But you're gonna try to bid on different things. There's a full game, which is the best game. It's a very clever mechanism. It's just not super duper exciting. Next up on my side, we have a big game, and this is kind of one that is a little bit hard to call because it's a very fun game. It's Merchant Cull. It's one where you are playing asymmetrical roles. You're playing these different mini games. They are all very different. You're trying to get these goods so you can sell them. It is a great game. But again, I'm looking at it and I'm seeing we played it quite a few times where we got it. I'm pretty happy with what I got out of that game. I'm not going to be sad if I never play it again. And as we said, I'm going to say it again, that when we get a chance to play all the games, especially ones we had already played for Keep or Cull, we're going to choose the best of the best. Yeah. And then I'm not going to choose it, and I'm not going to be sad to not have it on the shelf.
I agree. Merchant's Cull was very unique when we first got it because of the asymmetry in like a Euro Wii game.
And in a very weird and different way.
And I really appreciate it for that. And I think the interaction with selling your goods with the boats with the other players is really solid. But when we saw it in the shelf now, that was one of the obvious culls for me.
I agree. We have a couple more games.
Yes.
Another big box.
It's another big box. This is a Kingdom Rush Rift in Time. This is a co-op game. And this is not heavily story-based.
Nope.
This is kind of mechanisms. You try to solve this puzzle, which is a fun puzzle. But without the story, us two, being the people that we are not going to have this reason to come back for it time and time again.
It's a solid game. It's based on a very fun app.
Yeah.
And I'd rather play the app. It's a tower defense game. I like it, but I'm never going to choose to play the board game, even though I liked it. Next up, we have Era, Medieval Age. This one I never liked that much. But after we tried to cull it... No. After we tried to cull it last time, somebody said you can't cull it, you have to play it again.
Oh, yeah.
I think that happened.
Yeah.
Or I'm just making it up to make me feel better. But it's just like... It was just on the edge for me. And I like it. It's a roll and write game, but it's just so big. Like, it's not good enough to be this big. That's kind of the...
Is it a roll and write?
Yeah, it's basically a roll and write, but you are building things instead of writing.
Oh, it's that one, yeah.
So it's a fine one, but I'm never gonna miss it. Last one.
Oh, this is a game that I think it has been in our collection for the last years because of nostalgia.
Yes.
Because when we got it, this is Lord of the Rings, a card game. We really did enjoy it.
Yes.
It was so fun. This is a co-op game where you play cards to get through these obstacles.
Yeah.
Kind of. And but it got harder and harder, and it comes to a point where the point of this game is to build a deck that is specific for that scenario to be good at it.
Yeah.
And we don't enjoy that part. We want to play the game. I don't want to sit and be like, is this card the best or is this card the best? And we kind of had a thought that we someday would play it again. But I think we both has come to the realization that we will not do that.
No, and also we have the Arkham Horror LCG that I would rather play because that's more like you're getting a few cards and you can add them and tweak your deck more than actually build it. So those are like 26 more games, and all in all in the 2 videos, over 50 games gotten out of the collection. Yes, and now we have almost like 100 games out there that we need to sell.
I'm so happy.
There's just so many games, and yeah, we are just ramping up that number. We're closing line to like 500, 600 games we have gotten rid of in the last 5 years or so. So yeah, that's the end. If you enjoyed this video or any other video you watch from us, then it helps us out in a very big way. It's easy for you and hard for us to give us a victory point.
And we get victory points when you click that subscribe button down there. You can also click the bell to get notifications every time we post a new video.
I'm saying it's hard to us to give our own victory points because we have to make fake YouTube accounts.
That's
and that
true. It actually
takes a lot of work.
is harder for us.
And it's also not fun.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
I'm Cinema.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye-bye.